Hi everyone. Now we have to see about basic structures of nanoparticles. So we know nanoparticle means this is a nanoscale, that is 10 to the power minus 9 meter. Over this based on dimensional views, we are having different structure for nanoparticles. So now we have to see about how this nanomaterial has been characterized based on this size. So first, these nanomaterials exist in space as molecules with a different size. So based on the size, it has been named and the material has been characterized. So first, we will see the size, which is approximated to some diameters. So first one is nanocrystal and clusters, which are called as quantum dots of 1 to 10 nanometer in diameter. So this holds the materials of metals, semiconductors, magnetic materials, like that. So if the dimension is from 1 to 100 nanometer in diameter, with other nanoparticles, that is called with some chemicals, it can be called as ceramic oxides, and some which is having wire-like structure or called as nanowires, which holds the materials like metals, semiconductors, oxides, sulfides, sometimes nitrides, like that. So those having tubular structure with 1 to 100 nanometer diameter are called as nanotubes, which holds a carbon layered metal chalcogenides, and those materials which holds 0.5 to 10 nanometer pore diameter are called as nanoporous solids, which holds zeolites and phosphates. Several nanometer square or micrometer square, which is having an occupied area, are called as 2D arrays of nanoparticles, which holds metals, semiconductor and magnetic materials. Those which are having 1 to 100 nanometer thickness or a material are called as surfaces or thin films. In this, a variety of materials are there, and those which are having several nanometer in 3 dimensions or 3-dimensional structures in nanomaterial, which is having superlattice structure, which holds metal, semiconductor, magnetic material, like that. So based on its size and shape, we are categorizing the nanomaterials, and those whenever made one over other, that is whenever it accumulate at a particular point, this will become bulk materials. This is the nanomaterial characterization. So the examples are viewed like this. For nanoparticles will be there like this, and nanowires is having a structure like this, and the nanofilms are this, just a coating material like that. Then the nanomaterial is having its own properties. Whenever we have to study about the structure, so based on the structure, the nanomaterial is categorized and characterized, and so we have to study about the properties of nanomaterials also. It holds catalytic property, electrical property, magnetic property, mechanical property, optical property and biological property. Over the catalytic property, it's having better catalytic efficiency through higher surface to volume ratio. In electrical, increased electrical conductivity in ceramics and ceramic nanocomposites is noticed, and increased electrical resistance in metals is there. In magnetic, increased magnetic coercivity up to a critical grain size is observed, which gives super paramagnetism. In mechanical, improved hardness and toughness of metals and alloys is noticed, which gives ductility and super plasticity of ceramics. In optical, spectral shift of optical absorption and fluorescence properties with increased quantum efficiency of semiconductor nanocrystals is noticed. In biological applications, increased permeability through biological barriers as membrane, blood-brain barrier, etc., like that, it is useful. So nowadays in biological and mechanical fields, this nanomaterial is having higher utility, and now energy systems are also developed with its electrical property. So nanomaterial classification based on dimensional view is given over here. These are all classified as 0-dimensional, 1-dimensional, 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional nanomaterials. 0-dimensional nanomaterial are spheres and clusters as we see over here, and 1-dimensional are nanofibers and nanowires and rods like over here, and 2-dimensional nanomaterials are films, plates and networks like this, and 3-dimensional nanomaterials are bulky, little bit bulkier like this, that is carbon nanotubes like that. So all three dimensions are having lesser than 100 nanometer means the nanomaterial type will be nanoparticle, quantum dot, nanoshell, nanoring or nanocapsules. The example is given like this, that is a simple dot like this. In all two dimensions, the dimension is less than 100 nanometer, and this holds nanotubes, fibers and nanowires like this. And 1-dimensional less than 100 nanometer, thin films, layers and coatings is there. So it's given over here as an example. So over the nanomaterial classification dimensional views, the nano dimension with a 3-dimensional nanoparticle and nanostructure, we have number of bulk particles as 0. So nanocrystal of gold has been taken as the example. For nanowires, nanorods and nanotubes, the number of bulkier dimension is 1, which is carbon nanotube like this. For number of nanosized particle with 1, the bulk dimension 2, we are having the example silicon germanium epitaxy layer on silicon substrate like this. For 3-dimensional bulkier product, bulk single crystal of silicon has been taken. So like this only we are classifying nanomaterials based on the dimension. You will see this in detail with the next slides. So nanomaterial classification is whenever we take based on the dimension which are not confined to the nanoscale range less than 100 nanometer, we can take it as 0-dimensional, 1-dimensional, 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional. 0 dimension is having all dimensions over xyz at nanoscale will be having the nanoparticles with diameter less than or equal to 100 nanometer. For 1 dimension, 2 dimensions xy at nanoscale are 0 and the other dimension L is only taken. So here also the dimension is less than or equal to 100 nanometer. Example, nanowire, nanorod and nanotubes. In 2 dimension, 1 dimension at nanoscale, other 2 dimension are not considered or to be considered with thickness less than or equal to 100 nanometer. For this the examples are nano coatings and nanofibers. So what is 0-dimensional nanomaterial? First we will see what is 0-dimensional nanoparticle and we will see what are the properties. So 0-dimensional nanoparticles are materials wherein all the dimensions are measured within the nanoscale. There is no dimension or 0 dimension which is larger than 100 nanometer. The most common representation of 0-dimensional nanomaterials are nanoparticles. So only all the dimensions are larger than 100 nanometer means there is no nano dimension present, and so there is this is called a nanoparticle. No dimensions, 0 dimension, or it's having all measured within the nanoscale. So nanoparticles can be amorphous or crystalline. It will be single crystalline or polycrystalline. It will be composed of single or multi-chemical elements. It exhibits various shapes and forms. It exists individually or incorporated in a matrix. It will be metallic, ceramic or polymeric. So next, one-dimensional nanomaterial. One-dimensional nanomaterials material that is outside the nanoscale. This leads to needle-like shaped nanomaterials. 1D materials include nanotube, nanorod and nanowire. 1D nanomaterial can be amorphous or crystalline, single crystalline or polycrystalline, chemically pure or impure, standalone material or embedded in within another medium, metallic, ceramic or polymeric. So one dimension, that is outside the nanoscale, that is one dimensional nanomaterial. Then two dimensional nanomaterial. Two of the dimensions are not confined to the nanoscale. 2D nanomaterial exhibit plate-like structure. Two-dimensional nanomaterials include nanofilms, nanolayers, and nanocoatings. The properties will be, it will be amorphous or crystalline, made up of various chemical compositions, used as a single layer or as a multi-layer structure, deposited on a substrate, integrated in a surrounding matrix material. It will be ceramic, metallic, or polymeric. Like that, three-dimensional nanomaterial. Three-dimensional nanomaterials are bulk nanomaterials that are not confined to the nanoscale in any dimension. These materials are thus characterized by having three arbitrary dimensions having above 100 nanometer. Materials possess a nanocrystalline structure or involve the presence of feature at the nanoscale. In terms of nanocrystalline structure, bulk nanomaterials can be composed of multiple arrangement of nano-sized crystals, most typically in different orientations. With respect to the presence of features at the nanoscale, 3D nanomaterials can contain dispersion of nanoparticles, bundles of nanowires, and nanotubes, as well as multi-nano layers. Dimensional relationship. Three-dimensional space showing relationship among zero-dimensional, one-dimensional, two-dimensional, and three-dimensional nanomaterial is given over here. Zero dimension means all dimensions are at the nanoscale. One dimension means two dimensions at the nanoscale, one dimension at the macro scale. That is one of Z is one in macro scale. Two dimension means one dimension at the nanoscale, two dimensions at the macro scale. Three dimension means no dimension at the nanoscale, all dimensions in the macro scale. So these are the dimensional relationship. To better understand how these 1D, 0D, 2D and 3D nanomaterials occur. So matrix reinforcement is also occurred to make the nanomaterial very effective. For this matrix reinforcement with nanoparticles, matrix reinforcement with nanowires and nanotubes are done to form matrix reinforced nanocomposites. Sometimes laminates and sandwiches are matrix reinforced to form layered nanocomposites. These materials are formed of two or more materials with very distinctive properties that act synergistically to create properties that cannot be achieved by each single material alone. So only we have to go with matrix reinforcement with a single element. Those targets which are not achieved can be achieved using this matrix reinforcement technique. The matrix of nanocomposites, which can be polymeric, metallic, or ceramic, has dimensions larger than nanoscale, whereas the reinforcing phase is commonly at the nanoscale. This is the advantage over this. So the nanoparticle engineering is having the nanoparticles first at the zero dimensional stage, and then these are all assembled to become 2D and 3D structures, and this will be consolidated and suspended. So this is the process with the nanostructures. So that's all about our basic structure of nanoparticles.